Hey, I don't need these just yet. All right, hey, let's make sure that I got sound. I'm gonna check the stereo, see what it's doing. Yeah, it's working. I always have to check because there's no direct loop through feed through. You know what I mean? I was hitting up all my different friends to see who I could get to come on the show with me. We're gonna see who pops up in the backstage area, and maybe here in a little bit I will post the link publicly for some of my fans to get direct access. And let me just pull up some things because I'm my own. I'm my own. I'm my own producer on the show, and I just got through gobbling down dinner. My wife just bought me. She had us delivered some Italian food, and I had spaghetti and meatballs and some raviolis and stuff, and I gobbled that stuff down so fast. I'm just like, had a piece of chocolate cake. All right, let me get to some of your comments before we open this box. And I'm not going to tease you too much around it because I don't want to spend all night on here like we sometimes do. Got this in the mail from YouTube and haven't opened this box yet. So I've got my my 100,000 subscriber YouTube play button plaque, and I wanted to take this time to celebrate all of you, because without you guys I wouldn't be able to do this. There's not just my viewers, but the subscribers. This celebrates subscribers. Now, some of you might be viewers and you're not subscribers, so I guess you're not counted. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure to go over and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know about these live videos, you turn on your notifications. That's how you know that they're coming. That's what the point of the notification bell is. Now, listen, I got to be honest. I don't like to have the notifications on. I don't want to be bothered all the time, unless it's somebody I really like. If the great thing about the notifications is if you want to be part of a live broadcast like this and you want the opportunity to be able to talk to your favorite YouTuber, that's the only way you're going to get to do it. So, thank you, Kevin. Kevin does our graphics here on the channel. So the cool graphics you've seen, thank you for that. Now, you're saying the volume's low, but everybody is saying... This guy says, where'd it go? This guy says volume low. Is the volume low or is it good? Let me check here. Sometimes I got to work on it. It says automatically adjust. Test 1, 2, test. It does seem a little low to me. Is it low to you guys? Let me see if I can't turn it up. I'll do this. That might make it way too loud. All right, you tell me if it's better now. That might be too low. Let's have a look. You guys let me know how the audio is. Is it still low or do I need to crank it up? It's definitely low. You know, what it is they're messing around with the way things work here. So, I don't touch my levels, but then they go and they change things. I'm going to crank it up to 150%. 150%. That might be too hot with too much compression. Still too low. Interesting. Okay. You're saying it's good now. Maybe it's better now? Okay. Let me double check here. I tested it, and it seemed like it was okay. Gosh darn. I don't like to waste time on the show doing this. Could I be any closer to the mic? All right, let me see if I can't make an adjustment on the. Yeah, I can increase the gain a little bit. Hold on. That's moving the gain up just a bit. Let's see if that makes a difference. All right, I think that's probably going to be good. Okay, don't eat the mic. That worked. Everybody says that works. I'll try to stay close on it. And now let's see. Oh, somebody said something about the wizard. Where's Car Wizard? I don't see him. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, it says volume 5. Are you going to come on camera with us, Wizard? I sent you the link in your private box. You can click on that link and you can come up. Put your wizard hat on if you have it. There he is. There's the wizard. Come on with us live. Dollar menu checking in with $1.99. There we go. That's a little sour cream on my potato. Thank you so much, Dollar Menu. It says lips don't match words. Boy, it's always something with this thing. Now, oh, the static is happening. Hold on, let me see if I can't. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you're right. Hold on. The problem is there's a delay. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you're right. Hold on. The problem is there's a delay. Oh, you're right. Hold on. It's hearing itself and. There's no way for me to test it live. There's no way for me to test it live. I've got this thing here. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got this thing. All right, let's see if that works. Holy shit! Oh my god. There's no way for me to test it other than trying to watch myself on this thing. They got to figure out a way to get this to work properly. And the video on here looks like shit. So I have to like pull up my own show. See? All right, hold on. I gotta figure this out. This doesn't make sense. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This is crazy. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I think it's working now. I can't believe this. There's Car Wizard. I think it's working now. And now I'm caught in this vortex. Unbelievable. Okay. Oh, I got. Hold on just a second. Let me tell this guy. Say, come on live with us. I got a special guest I'm trying to get on here. Car Wizard, let me get you up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Let me bring you up right now. The Car Wizard.
What's going on?
Holy crap. Hold on just a second. Hold the phone. Escape to Paradise with a $99 super chat. Holy crap. Wow. Woo, mind blown. That's a huge super chat.
Wow.
I'm getting up into that Car Wizard money now.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually.
Now, how many subscribers do you have now?
454,000.
Wow. Man. So you remember what that was like when you first got that play button.
Yeah, I have it hanging in my office at the shop, yeah.
Now, did you just get one or did you buy more?
I just got one.
Okay. Let's see. I got a couple. I'm trying to get a couple. I don't want to name drop, but I got a couple of people I'm trying to get on. And the weird thing is well, everybody's driving. I just talked to Tyler, to Hoovy, and Tavarish, and they're all driving, doing car track filming right now, which you were just doing a little bit ago. I don't know if you could talk about that, but you're doing another car track episode. I can't wait to see that. Thank you so much, Escape to Paradise. So, when do they know when that's going to come out?
I think it's sometime in May. It'll be Car Trek 4, and there's a lot of stuff on Instagram about it. Everybody already knows it's going to be 3 Ferraris in the show, but the rest.
You've released that information because you were sending me pictures of your Ferrari the other day. So
Yeah, it's going to be 3 different Ferraris, and they've posted pictures of all the cars that are actually in the show, so it's not like it's a secret or anything. So
Well, I got to send this guy a link. I thought I sent it to him already. Um, Man, I can't wait. I've always wanted to try to drive one of those cars, but I mean, I feel like I'm too big to even get in one of those.
I
The
barely
Magnum
fit,
PI
but I
Ferrari.
do.
Yeah. Like, like your knees would be up into the dash and, you know, you wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to have the top on there.
there's not much headroom in the one I'll be getting, but it fits. It works.
You've been working on some Rolls Royces and Bentleys, I see also.
Yeah, I just finished a Bentley Azure, a red one for a dealership in town.
Man,
Pretty nice car.
I wish you were closer to me. I wish I could send my Phantom over to you and all my other cars because they're, moving out to Vegas. I'm losing all of my mechanics and stuff that I have here, so I'm starting from scratch. So if you're a mechanic and you work on old Rolls Royces and stuff in Vegas, let me know because I need help.
Yeah,
The hydraulics in that, well, I got that '67 Silver Shadow, and I
yeah,
think that every single thing in the car operates from the same hydraulic system.
pretty much. It has the load leveling and also the brakes.
This guy says "Devil's Reject" guy. Cool. Which one of us is the Devil's Reject? Is that?
Maybe
I
me.
think they think you're Brian Posehn. That's what they think.
Oh no.
This guy says I'm a blur. That's probably a good thing. How's my signal coming on? I'm plugged in directly to my. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in direct to cable modem. I should have a good signal. I
Your
guess not.
sound's great, but there's a little bit of a blur in the video part of it.
Really?
Yeah,
See, they really need to get this YouTube Live thing figured out because there's really no way to because my picture's clear, but there's
yeah.
really no way to test to figure out if it's working properly. So I don't know. I probably look better blurry.
I guess.
Well, thanks for
Hey,
coming
I
on with
know where
me.
I know where I know where you look better. I watched one of your old BTTF videos, the Marty McFly house, where you drive down the street and all that, and check out the
That was
old.
my very first video.
Yeah, that was way back,
I mean, that was 2007.
like
This guy
13
says
years
I'm.
ago.
This guy says I'm buffering or something. I don't know. I just been having nothing but trouble tonight. I think everybody is on YouTube tonight. That's what it is.
Yeah,
They said the wizard's crystal clear and I'm all blurry. We need the car wizard to fix my internet
I wish I could.
and my crackly microphone. They need to get this thing figured out so that you can hear yourself because I can't hear myself. I can only hear you.
Mm,
And I can't really preview myself. So the only way I can do it is I have to pull up on my phone and
yeah,
watch myself and see how it looks. And you're right, like the quality isn't good. And people are texting me. I was trying to get, well, I don't want to say who it is because if they don't show up, then we'll be disappointed. I was
it
trying to get
looks
some of my
clearer
Rockstar
now.
friends to come on. Hopefully it
Yeah,
is. Maybe my wife was watching Netflix or something and she's got it on high definition or something and it's eating up all the bandwidth. But that shouldn't affect the upload. And how long did it take you on your channel to get to 100,000?
mm, probably about 6 or 8 months.
Man, that is fast. It took me. I think my first kind of viral video happened around. I want to say the end of probably Christmas or November of 2018, and that video is still one of my most popular videos. It was a video about me complaining about UPS not delivering my packages,
Yeah,
and I think that video has like 1.6 million views, and it consistently gets views because the UPS employees share it with each other.
yeah.
But once you get one good viral video, it puts you into the recommended, it
Hmm.
seems. And that's what seemed to happen. And then after that, I just started taking my content a little bit more seriously. Like look at Rob Pitts. His channel has like really skyrocketed really quickly.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I needed to reply back to him. I'm trying to get all the different YouTubers on because, as you know, we have a YouTube Illuminati and we all hang out together.
yeah. Pretty much.
It's we all meet at a secret meeting where we drink the blood of babies and stay young and all that Illuminati stuff.
The YouTuber 1%ers.
Yes, we are the YouTuber one percenters. All right. For just a minute, I'm going to take you out of the stream. I'm going to open the box because I want to have it full screen if the picture's good. And I'm going to go ahead and open the box.
All right.
So I'm going to take you out for just a second. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Okay. Now, here it is. This is the box. I covered up my address. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't opened this box. I'm going to take out a little razor knife here, and I'm going to open it. And I'll bring you back in as soon as I get this going here. Or, actually what I could have done is I just need to solo myself. I'll fix that here in just a second. All right, let's see. So when you open it, you got some foam, you get some protective foam. Oh, and we have make sure there's no address here or anything. Okay, we've got a letter from Susan, I don't know how to say her name, CEO, and we'll check out this letter here in a second. Oh, there it is. There it is. And let's see. Oh, there's a thing here for. Oh, hold on a second. It says not to eat these. I don't know why. They're tasty. All right, let's open this up. It's metal. The whole thing is metal. Wow. It's so shiny. Presented to Video Bob Mosley for passing 100,000 subscribers. Ah, there it is. Here, hold on. I'll bring you back in. It's so cool.
Congratulations.
Yay, you're the first person to get to tell me that. I talk to Car Wizard every other day, so this is really cool.
That is sweet.
It's so shiny, though, you can't read it. There it is. There we go.
Put your reflection in it.
It's literally a mirror. Yeah. Yeah, that's just awesome. People
awesome.
never get to see the back of one though. There's the back. It's thick too. It's probably a half-inch thick.
Yeah.
It's really well made. It's aluminum, and it probably weighs a pound or so. It's try to get that on. But it's so there we go. It's so shiny. You have to hold it just the right way. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it now.
Somewhere where it's a camera shot.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to get an easel and just so that it put it right next to me, right here. Like as I sit here, it'll just sit there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'll just have. Somebody was texting me. Let me see what that was. Somebody was sending me a message. Oh, I was trying to get Jordan the Lion to come on, and he said he's got a date tonight or something, so he's off. He's off doing something. I just posted a video with Jordan the Lion, Days with Jordan the Lion. So it says, do you remember your first subscriber? It says your 100th or your 1,000th subscriber. Chances are you do, and we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. Is there a way to go look and see what their numbers are? I wonder, which one is the which one? I wonder.
I wouldn't have no way to know. I don't know who's 1 or 100 or.
Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend. Maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, fans stayed and their numbers increased because of your unique voice and the excitement of being part of the growing community that you established. I should do this in my radio voice. I don't know why I'm reading it just regular. Okay, here we go. We are thrilled to see the development of your community and proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers. Do it like a wrestler, With the Silver Creator Award, congratulations. No, I'm not going to do that. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know that your fans... Okay, so anyway... I don't have to read this whole thing, but they did offer. Did you get the metal version of this? They sell a metal version of the letter. I didn't get the metal version. No, I didn't get that. They offer that. It's like $100, and you can have the entire letter done in metal. Wow. What is this? This guy says, "Dude, don't."
Don't do that.
This guy says I should lick it. I probably will lick it later. I'm gonna use it as a plate. Eat my sandwich off it. Let's see. He has only garage who charges shop supplies to include a lunch dinner for the shop. His wife's wait. I don't know what this guy's talking about. And I don't know why I clicked on it. I don't know what he was saying. Well, the problem is I can't see what they wrote till I click on it because my eyes are so terrible. Oh yeah, I already opened it. Okay, let me go back down here. This guy just says he loves me. That's a much better thing to click on.
Yeah.
I think you're in the same time zone, aren't you? It's 9:21 here at this time, right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What were you guys doing tonight? Nothing in particular?
No, nothing. Just watching TV, hanging out.
I think I've watched everything on TV. I stopped watching regular TV. I can't stand to watch broadcast TV because it just annoys me at this, and I've watched I've watched everything that's on Netflix so far that's any good. And so I think that's why you and I share the success on YouTube, because network television has failed us. They're not making any movies, especially during the COVID era. Everybody's watched all the series that are any good. I mean, they're not making any more Tiger Kings or, anything that's good. And so YouTube, and I hope Jordan doesn't get mad at me. We had a kind of a talk about what it's like to be a YouTuber. And we were talking about our other mutual friend, Adam the Woo. Do you ever watch Adam the Woo's blogs?
No.
He's kind of a life blogger who goes around and tours different locations and things, which I don't really fit into any particular category because I'm doing life blogging, I'm doing product reviews, I'm doing car stuff, and I think that's probably, one of the things that's held me back is that I don't come on at a consistent time. I don't have a consistent size of show. Your thing is very consistent.
Yeah.
And I have no consistency. I'm all over the place. 1 minute I'm showing you a house. 1 minute I'm showing you a watch. 1 minute I'm working on a car. Next thing I'm at a restaurant. And I kind of tell people, I go, really, it's not a car channel. It's the Video Bob channel. You're just in my world, and this is what I'm doing today.
Right.
But one of the things that, a lot of YouTubers like yourself, you're the car wizard, and I'm, I guess, Video Bob. And then people have their names like Jordan the Lion or Adam the Woo. And they create a little bit of anonymity for themselves, because what happens is you have fans that try to get to you and reach out to you.
Yeah.
But not always in a good way. Not that they're like stalkers, but one of the things that was told to me is like, people will send you a gift and they expect something in return for the gift.
Yeah, I get that.
Even though you didn't ask for it. They get mad at you because you didn't thank them for the gift.
I have an interesting story with that. A guy sent me some sailor hats, like props or whatever that you can wear, and he wanted me to wear them on my yacht videos. And I declined. I emailed him and said, hey, I'm not really interested in wearing them. He goes, well, then send them back. I demand to have them back.
Yeah, like you didn't ask for this.
I didn't even ask for you for them.
And that's a perfect example, and people start showing, like I've had people just show up to my shop, and you have a commercial business, so that's a little bit different. But, I have a private shop and a private home, and people will show up to my house or to my shop looking for me to give me a gift or a drawing, or they want a picture or things like that. And we're very low on the totem pole of celebrity, like at the very bottom. So can you imagine what it's like for real celebrities? I mean, what their lives must be like, and I have a whole different respect for them. I see you down there, Kyle. I'll get to you in a second. That might be too much beard for one screen. Hold on. I'll bring in. This is my boy Kyle in here. There he is. I'll pull him in. This is way too much facial hair. Like you can. Oh, you're loud. You can almost smell the barbecue coming right through.
Barbecue.
Yeah, man.
You ever seen a fat guy with a beard that didn't like barbecue?
I guess I haven't. I'm one of them.
That's right. I mean, it just goes with the territory. It's like, I'll tell you, when I moved to Vegas, my neighbors across the street brought me a plate of cookies, and I thought that was only in the movies, like I never seen that before. And they said, look, we saw a big red 4x4 truck with Texas plates, and we knew you were somebody we were going to like. And I was like, well, you brought me cookies. I know I'm going to like you. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
we're like, yeah, you're the kind of people we want here in Vegas. So I'm like, well, here I am. I mean, if you're asking if I got a gun, the questions, the answer is yes. I mean, you know, coming up here in a couple of days, in 5 more days, Texas goes to 100% open. No restrictions at all. We are Dunsky. A lot of people aren't happy about that.
I was just down there filming.
I know, and I missed it because I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, Kyle over here, I know from Ghostbusters World. You know, we've been doing Ghostbuster stuff, and you're starting kind of a YouTube thing. Now you're trying to do food, right? You're trying to do like hot challenges and stuff.
Yep, yeah. So I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, for like years and years, but it was just kind of a place to store my videos because I always like filming stuff. So it's a place to store all my home videos and the stupid stuff I do. And then, you know, Bob, is funny because I saw your success in YouTube, right? And I've been doing YouTube for a long time, just never been serious about it. And I said, you know what, man? I said, Bob is killing it on YouTube, and that's really awesome. And I said, maybe I can do a similar thing. So what I love to do as a fat boy is I love to eat. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do some food reviews. So I have a channel called Daddy Delicious, and I just started it a few weeks ago, and that's it. I'm just, I'm trying to put out 1 to 2 videos a week, and I'm really focusing on like really high-end quality videos, you know, with the editing and the way I film it and stuff like that. So, and I'm just going to keep going and see what it does, you know?
My only, that's awesome. The only advice that I have is it's always content over quality. I had a fan comment on one of my Facebook pages, and he had sent me this video that he did, and it was like this amazing video with all these drone shots and slow motion, and I said, look, I'm going to be honest, I fast forwarded through the whole thing because you can have all the drone shots and high quality production, but like it was just them skiing down a mountain and stuff, and I was like, who cares?
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, it's all content.
Right. Every video I'm doing, I'm actually like learning, and I'm really watching all the successful YouTube food guys. I'm watching what they're doing and how they're doing it. And so I'm really trying to, every video I make, I'm trying to trim the fat, just get right to what needs to be said. I'm trying to get audience retention. Like I've been looking at everything and really focusing. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm really trying to go after this in a smart way instead of just dumping whatever.
I like this asshole here. He goes, the guy on the right is a nobody.
Yep, pretty much. That's me.
What a dick.
That's
you realize
right.
I can click a button and delete you.
I wonder what his story is. What's his story?
Matt is correct. So he's not lying. So it's okay. I don't take offense to anything. I don't care, man. That's cool.
No, it's hilarious. You know, I think, and at what point do you get where you have to stop reading the comments? It's like I read my comments and I reply to them, and if that becomes a full-time job. I mean, if you actually do it. I mean, I try to just go through and heart comments once in a while if I can, and I'll reply to certain things. And some people, now the people I think that probably matter the most, obviously, and I wanted to, here in a little bit, I want to take a moment to talk about my Patreon. You know, I haven't really pushed my Patreon hardly at all, and I have, let me see here, I don't know how to even work it. Like, I get like $47 or something. Some shit from Patreon. And it's like, but there's like, I got this guy, I got to say hi to him. James Delk has a $25 a month Patreon that he's dedicated to me. That's amazing. Most of these other people are $1 a month. But the fact that somebody would give me $1 a month just for no reason whatsoever, they're not, it says right on there, you're just giving me $1. Thanks. And that blows me away, and I haven't gotten to the point where I started running the credits up at the end. Like, there's a lot of technology guys I like to watch. Like, I love Technology Connections. This guy, he works on VCRs and stuff. And that guy, he, or Techmoan. You ever seen Techmoan? He's a British guy. He does, but the point is there's a lot of these guys, and they'll have a 5-minute stream of Patreon names, like at the end of a major movie, and some of these guys are making like $10,000 a month on Patreon, not to mention YouTube. So it can become a genuine, real job that's paying better than you would ever make. And so I started taking it a little bit more seriously too. But, my most popular video of all time, as I was saying earlier, was just me sitting here at this desk complaining about UPS not delivering my packages. Put zero effort into that shirt. I didn't even put a shirt on that was worth a shit. And that video consistently every month does better than almost all my videos. And it just blows me away. Me complaining about UPS.
Well, Car Wizard, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So do you remember a defining moment in your YouTube career where you're like, holy crap, this is all taking off like really fast?
I think like when I first started, the name of Car Wizard was kind of already known even before I had my channel. I was in Hoovie's garage in his videos, and he really pushed me to get into YouTube. And at first I was kind of like, I don't see the point, but now it's totally worth it. But I think when I got to about 50,000 subscribers, I realized this is something that's really going to start happening. It's taken off. Up to that point, I thought it could get to there and it could just stall. It could quit. But it just kept climbing. And just like Video Bob, he just got his 100,000 subscriber plaque. When I got that, I knew I'm in. I got it. There it is.
Got your. It's so shiny.
The thing is the boys.
Not to brag, but I have a lot of awards in my life. Behind me, over my shoulder, is my MTV award. I have Billboard awards. I have gold record awards, platinum record awards, awards for DVDs that I've done. So I've received awards for a long time, but I think one of the things that's special about the YouTube award is that it is truly a collection of individuals who's purchased time out of their lives into you. People buy a record, a DVD, just because I worked on it or I was a part of it. It's really not as personal as this one, because each and every one of those 100,000 subscribers is somebody who, like, as a YouTube viewer, I know how hard it is to get me to subscribe to somebody. And looking at our analytics, that, at least for me, less than 10% of my viewers are actually subscribers. So out of maybe up to 800,000 to 1 million views a month, only 8 to 10% of those viewers are subscribers. Yeah. So really, if all of my viewers were subscribers, I would have over 1 million subscribers. But it's difficult to get somebody to actually leave this window and go to that little red button and click it. Right. It's difficult.
You know what's funny about looking at analytics on YouTube is now that I started like really trying to pay attention and how to do this, and I'm serious about it, I look at my analytics and I look at my watch time and everything. And so now when I watch other people's YouTube videos, I make sure to watch the whole thing through. I make sure to click the like button, because I'm like, oh, that helps out, So I never thought about that before, and now I'm like, whenever I watch someone's video, especially if I like it, I always try to do whatever I can to, help it out a little bit,
This guy Chess wants a shout out, Car Wizard.
What's up, Chess?
Hey, there you go. You got it. Your day's complete.
Yeah.
I'm such a dweeb. I mean, I remember going on one of Tyler Hoover's live chats, and he mentioned my name, and I was all excited. Oh my gosh, Tyler Hoovie just said my name, and I'm like, hell, I know this guy, but it is fun, and so it's. I think one thing is that for us, this is just like our everyday life, but there's really not much of a difference in the mindset of a viewer when they're watching us and when they're watching The Tonight Show, or when they're, there's just a little bit more of a connection. And unlike The Tonight Show, you can't chat with the host, right? He's not going to give you a shout out. So, that's the interesting thing about Patreon. And I really don't want to take advantage of my viewers, but at the same time, I don't want to just leave money on the table. People want to send me money. I guess I should take it. I want to be able to figure out a way, though, to offer something in return. And what people really want is content. My favorite YouTuber, and I've said this many times, is this guy Bald and Bankrupt, guy named Benjamin, who
I love that
travels. He travels Eastern Europe. He goes to Russia and Czech, and he's just a blogger, and he's got probably 2-3 million subscribers now. But that guy could come out and blow his nose, and I would be happy. So he just did a secondary channel called the Daily Bald, where he does like a video every other day. And so when you look at daily bloggers like Jordan the Lion and Adam the Woo, and people like Mr. Beast, I mean, he's the top banana. But there's a lot of daily bloggers, and it's interesting to me how many people will sit and watch content from somebody on a daily basis. But then that's when you start to develop these kind of strange relationships, like what Tavares said to me, what Freddie said is, he goes, it's like having the girlfriend with amnesia, because like they know everything about you and you know nothing about them. Right. And so when you meet somebody and like they know all about your life and everything, and it's almost like it's somebody you're meeting that's your best friend, but you have amnesia and you have no idea who they are or anything about them. And It's a weird dynamic when it happens, right?
Yeah. I know what, like the last couple of times, this time when we filmed Card Trek, and also the last time when we're kind of bored and filming's over for the day, we're watching TV and we scroll through, and all they are is reruns of stuff from years ago. There's nothing new. Just reruns and reruns and reruns. If you want fresh material, you got to go to YouTube.
That's true. I mean, and this is what I'm saying. It's like, just a word of advice to other YouTubers, like if your intro is longer than 5 seconds, I'm clicking that skip button to, it's like there's a lot of them out there that I just, like I love VinWiki, but I could do without the 15 seconds of techno music. I skip it and I go right to the content.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be there. Rob Pitts, I do it to you too. I don't want to see you climb inside of this car every single time I want to watch a video. It's like, it's a great intro like the first time, but that style of broadcasting is like over because, I worked in television for many years and there was this format, you would come on, you would have about a minute of snappy dialogue. Then, maybe that would cut into the intro of the show. Then you'd cut to break and then you'd come back and go right into the show, or you'd have exit stingers and all these different things. And so I worked on a lot of television shows and things back in the 90s and the 2000s. And I had to break myself of that mindset. I go back and look at productions that I did back 20 years ago, and, you had that same format. And that's why I chose my little stinger thing that I do, my little lightning, because it's literally 2 seconds. Yeah. It's branding. I have my look, and it brands the channel, but it's not around long enough to bore you. Now, I will say, like, I love Hoovie's theme. He's got the greatest theme ever. It's, but I'm scared to death to use any music at all because I just heard too many horror stories about music posthumously becoming licensed and things. Yeah. And that happened to me because back in the 90s, you could buy music libraries from like Digital Juice and Music House and Chaparral, and I have all those. And what happened is, this is actually my second channel. My first channel was deleted because I uploaded all of my TV commercials and all the things that I worked on. And what got my channel deleted is, as you know, if you get 3 copyright strikes, they delete your channel.
Right.
And in a row, within a 30-day period. Well, that happened to me because I uploaded a whole bunch of videos. And even though these were licensed music that I bought, the background music used for commercials, they had like relicensed the music and had like banned it. So it was supposed to be this royalty-free music or licensed music, but it isn't so. So I can't show you my old TV shows, my old commercials, my infomercials, because back when I mastered, that was before online editing, and you'd master the whole thing and they would be, the audio and everything was mixed together. So I always tell everybody, whenever they're working on a project and it has music, if you have the ability to render it out where the music's on a separate channel, so in the future you can change it. Because one of the other things that helps make some money on the YouTube channel is it's sort of like music royalties work. The more videos you have, ultimately the more money you make, because as people go through your old back catalog, if you only make $2 on a video, that's great. But if you have thousands of videos, well, that adds up.
Yeah.
So, I try to do informative videos. Like I just did one the other day about, the fuel system on a Delorean, on how to do a cold start issue. And that's a video that's going to have longevity. 10 years later, there's going to be some guy trying to start a DeLorean who's going to go back and look at that video. So I try to stay away from topical stuff. I really try. I'm really good at political commentary, but I've learned that it's so divisive that I don't want to go near it with a 10-foot pole.
No.
And you and I have talked about this privately, Car Wizard, but somebody very high up in our car YouTuber community contacted me privately to say, listen, you cannot have an opinion about anything, or we just can't know you. I don't even want you on my friends list. If you're going to support or unsupport a candidate or talk about social issues, it just can't do it on any level, not even a little. Don't talk about, I don't even want to use an example.
Right.
Because, YouTube is so, I don't even want to say that. It's just like you have to be a corporate bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You basically do.
Yeah, I was gonna what I really wanted to do. The channel that I really want to start was a gun channel because I'm a big gun guy.
Oh my God.
Michigan. And I have a couple videos on my Kyle Caffarelli page, that my old page, that are a couple gun videos that have, one of them is getting like 800 views a week or something like that. It just keeps going up and up and up. And I'm like, it's a gun video. And I'm like, I can't do gun stuff. I can't start dedicating gun channel because I'm pretty sure YouTube demonetizes you if you have gun content. So
I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I know they did that with the child content. I mean, I remember I hand built a thing that is comprised of two popular consonants. and I made this video and I wanted to talk about how we custom made it, and it's anodized red, and it's let's see, it's let me hold on. I forgot how to solo myself. There it is. It's right there.
Yeah.
And so, oh wait, how do I get myself back out? There we go. So I made this great video, and I was like, but right before I published it, I was like, you know what? Maybe not.
Bad move. Yeah.
Yeah, and also same thing with like political stuff. Because I'm really good at political commentary, but like I had even okay, so as an example, just like making a joke about, for instance, the wearing of a mask or not. I mean, people are like unfriending you and like want to kill you. You know what I mean? Like, because like here in Texas, the governor announced that they're going to remove all the mandates. And then I saw all this bickering and fighting on my friend's page and stuff on Facebook. And I'm like, well, I don't even want to go into it.
Right.
It's just like,
right.
And it's sad that this is the world we're living in, where our child's toys and books and things are now controversial, but you're just not allowed to pick a side. You can't have an opinion of it because you're automatically either a snowflake or a Nazi, or you know what I mean? You can't have an opinion without being pushed one way or the other. And divisiveness is, and of course that's a great place to be for getting attention. But I don't think it's worth it. You know what I mean? Because look what's happened to, well, go ahead.
One thing you have to keep in mind with any topic, whether it's politics or race or religion, anything that topic you get into, if you choose a side, you could alienate 50% of your viewers, and you can see it drop. It can go south really fast.
Well, even in the car world, I made some remark about Mustangs, and oh man, the Mustang people were pissed off. I go, listen, man, I'm a Firebird guy. I don't know what to say. You know, I mean,
it's crazy.
And people fighting over Coke and Pepsi or left side, right side Twix. I mean, they'll fight about everything.
Yeah,
and it's like that's people's whole lives, and so, and I have a tendency of pissing people off because I have opinions about things. Or I like certain things, or I don't like certain things. People get mad at you if you like something. They get mad at you if you don't like something.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, there's certain guys out there that are capable of being really, milquetoast. And then, you also have another approach like what Hoovy does. He starts off his channel by being self-effacing. So he says, this is the dumbest YouTube channel on earth,
Yeah.
Like he's beating you to the punch. It's like, okay, you're going to make fun of me. Well, I should start off by going, hi, I'm a fat, bald, hairy guy, and I've got gray in my beard, okay? And also, I also have a curved spine, and I have flat feet, and sometimes I fart. I mean, it's like you just got to beat yourself up before anybody else gets a chance to.
Yeah, and you like barbecue.
I do like barbecue.
Barbecue's good.
People keep asking me, like, so why are you moving to Vegas? And I'm like, why are you asking me these stupid questions? And I go, man, the food out there is just, I am going to get so fat. You would think, now Texas will make you fat. There's a lot of, the fattest people in the world are here. But, like, for instance, me and Jordan the Lion and I don't know if I should say who else I went out with. I'm gonna say he's a member of the band Kiss, and I'm gonna leave it at that. We went to a nice Jewish deli, and I had these things. I think they're called what were they called? Somebody help me out there. They take like mashed potatoes and they cook them like pancakes. They make potato cakes, and in between I think they're latkes. I think.
Yeah, latkes. Yep. Yeah, they're latkes.
So in between the potato cakes, they put a layer of like roast beef, like shaved beef, and then they cover it with gravy.
Sounds good.
Okay, so it's like a stack of pancakes except made out of potatoes, but layered with beef.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oy vey! I'm one of the chosen people. I didn't realize it, but I am." Yeah, latkes. Oh my God, it was great. I love Jewish deli, and that came up because me and Jordan were driving down the strip, and I said, I wonder if they still have that Carnegie Deli in the New York, because I'd gone to the Carnegie Deli in New York for real and had matzo ball soup, and I'd had the big pastrami sandwich, and I said, I really like Jewish food. It's really good. And he goes, oh, well, we should go to a nice deli. Well, the point is, there are no Jewish delis that I know of anywhere in Dallas where you can go get these potato cakes. I mean, you'd be lucky to go to Subway and get a sandwich that's the pastrami sandwich, So, I kind of live in a food desert. We have a lot of people and we have a lot of restaurants, but it's the same fast food places over and over and over. And there are people who will come at me and say, oh, there's lots of great restaurants in Dallas. But within a few miles of where I live, I can go eat at Guy Fieri's or Gordon Ramsay's or Wolfgang Puck's or Bobby Flay's or the Wahlburgers if I want a hamburger. The Gordon Ramsay burger is the best burger I ever had in my life. Oh, my God. But, if I can have almost any kind of ethnic food I want, there's a Chicago pizza place just down the street from me where I like those big Chicago pies that you got to eat with a fork, I love them. There's not a single Chicago pizza place in all of Dallas. Not one.
Wow.
There's no Uno's. There's no Grimaldi's. There's no nothing. The best you're going to get is Domino's. So it's like, I try to explain to people, I go, Dallas is this. And when people come to visit Dallas, there's nothing to do here. If you come to visit, I go, well, what is there to do? Well, I can take you to see where Kennedy was shot, where we killed Kennedy. That's it.
I feel like a lot of people are moving to Dallas. Because
they are.
And I'm like, every time I hear someone moving to Dallas, I'm like, oh man, Video Bob's getting out of Dallas. You should probably not move there, maybe.
Well, I'll say this, it is a great economy. I mean, if you can't make a living here, you just kill yourself because this is the place you can make a living here. There's a great economy. Things are cheap. Gas is cheap. Everything's cheap. And we've been bragging about that for too long. And now all these Californians came here. When I bought this house, This is a 6,000 square foot house. I bought it 10 years ago for $100,000. Now it's worth like $450.
Yeah, right.
Because all the Californians have moved here. My building, a 5,000 square foot shop building, back when I bought it was like 125. Now it's worth $500,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Which is what's helped me move to Vegas, because I wanted to move to a better part of town. I live in Oak Cliff, Dallas. I live in the ghetto. I'm the only white guy over here. I mean, and my house is worth a lot of money. So I wanted to move to, a better part of town, but I did the math and I realized I could move to Vegas for the same amount of money or less than just moving to the other side of Dallas. And I'm like, I would rather spend that money to move. I've always wanted to go to Vegas. Every single time I go to Vegas, I go, why don't I live here? This is the place for me. I like to dress like a pimp. I like to have fun. I mean, and I look like an asshole. I'm walking around wearing like Fendi belts and Versace shoes, and I work on a car wearing a Rolex. I mean, I'm a dick, but so I belong in Vegas. That's where I belong, and the people out there that I get along with, they're like me. It's like we have this kinship, because if you're the type of person who is that way, that's where you go to. I own a full-length pink fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the fact that I own it with a leopard liner, by the way.
Nice.
It's hanging in my Vegas closet now, and when I show it to people, they go, "Oh, that's going to be great on Fremont Street. You got to wear that."
You see, Bob, this is part of the reason why you're going to be a humongous YouTube star, because of these things. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're an interesting fella, and that's why people like watching you, So when you were saying earlier, I don't have a theme, I'm just kind of doing whatever I like on my YouTube channel. A lot of YouTube channels like that, from what I've been noticing, don't work. You have to have kind of a theme going on, and you don't, but it works for you because you're kind of an eccentric, like to do cool things, have cool stuff kind of guy, and people want to see that. They want that to be part of their lives. I think that's why you're going to be very successful on with your YouTube career.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Sean, for the $5 for pizza. And this guy over here says Piggy Pies is a Chicago pizza in Dallas. I will definitely check that out, because I tell you, it's something I fight about with my wife, because she likes the New York pizza. When I order a pizza, she wants me to order her a gluten-free thin crust pizza. I'm like, look, why don't I just, sprinkle some Parmesan on this cracker? Well, that would have gluten in it. I like a pizza, like a pie, But, all this stuff is bad. It's all bad for you. Potato cakes with meat in them. I'm going to get so fat living in Vegas, because there's just so much amazing food. Like, for instance, you don't see like ice cream stores around here, but over there you'll see a Baskin Robbins on every other corner, things like that. TCBY, that's still a thing. Remember that? I mean, we went into the mall over there, the Galleria Mall that's in Vegas, and they've got a fully active Orange Julius in there. When's the last time you saw an Orange Julius in a mall?
Yeah, 1986.
Wow.
And I was like, I love this place. That's great, man. I mean, I haven't had an Orange Julius since like 87. You know what I mean?
I agree with you on the whole Vegas thing. When we filmed Car Trek 3, I'd never been to Vegas before. And as we were landing, we were flying in, and I was just looking around, and I was like, oh, my God, it's beautiful here. We landed, and I traveled, went around there, and I was just like, I could totally live here. It's beautiful.
Well, that's another thing here. Like, now, you'll relate to this, Wizard, because, you live in Kansas. Now, I feel like I've earned the right to make fun of Kansas, because I lived in Lawrence for a period of years. And there's just nothing to look at but brown grass. That's
Pretty
it.
much.
Now, if you live far enough into Kansas, you can almost see the Rockies. But, Vegas is in a bowl of mountains. It's down it's in a valley of a bowl. It's like you're the Fruit Loops in a bowl of mountains.
That's right.
And the sun comes up late and it goes down early. So you get this long orange dusk with the mountains and the palm trees. It's just so beautiful. There's nothing to look at here in Texas but dead brown trees, yellow brown grass, no hills or mountains. And that's it.
That's what I thought when I was in Dallas filming just recently. I was driving around and I was like, I'm basically still in Kansas.
There's nothing to see.
There's nothing.
There's nothing to do. We do have a great Six Flags. We have a great Six Flags that people do come from as far away as Australia to go to because it's the cheapest amusement park you can get to without going to like Disney or something.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we used to have the Cowboys. We have a couple other sports teams and things. Well, we still have the Cowboys. They just suck. But the point is I'm not even into sports. And I don't know, like there's things about Texas that's pretty cool. Like, for instance, we have a lot of freedoms here that certain states don't have. Like, I would never live in California. I could never live somewhere like that, or Virginia, or Washington, D.C. I just couldn't do it. I mean, here, it's like, it's almost like it's the law to have a gun, Mm-hmm. But the thing is whenever you're in a big city, there's like, I don't know, 8 or 9 million people here in Dallas. There's only like 1 million people live in Vegas. The traffic isn't so bad. It doesn't take you that long to get anywhere. Right. You're only 3.5 hours from LA. You don't have to live in LA, but if you want to go visit LA, you can. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's really cool.
Isn't the Grand Canyon only like a couple hours away from Vegas too?
Yeah. When you're flying in, you go right over it. It's cool.
Okay.
I've been to the Grand Canyon. I mean, it's cool the first couple times you see it, and then after that, it's just a big hole. Oh, look, a big hole. Okay, let's go. I've been there on my motorcycle too. It's amazing. There's a lot of amazing stuff there. I mean, just going to Lake Mead, going to Hoover Dam. If you go 20 minutes in any direction, you're in the desert, and you remember how artificial everything there is. Yeah. Like I have a lawn and bushes and trees. All that stuff is put there. You go 20 minutes in any direction, and you are in Mars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always wanted to go camping like way out in the desert. Just under the stars.
Now that's another guy I watch who has he does have a lot of good high production values called Living the Van Life.
Living the Van Life, okay.
This guy has a Westfalia Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And he goes into the most remote places, and he has very little dialogue. It's pretty much all dramatic shots, drone shots. So that's a situation where he is doing production value with very little. But the way he does it is so artful, and he has a ton of viewers. So I highly recommend checking out Living the Van Life.
Yeah,
he's moving up into a Sprinter van right now. But this is kind of going way off subject. But kind of how I got into building cars is back when I worked in television. I was a broadcast engineer for a television network called the American Independent Network over 20 years ago. And I did all the production stuff. And what I started doing kind of as a side job is building mobile production studio trucks, like news vans. So I would take an old like E350 extended van, put an interior in it, and set it up with cameras and controls. And I would build custom vans, and that's how I would make money.
Yeah.
Because I could sell a van, back then, this was a long time ago, I'd sell a van, I'd build it for like 20 grand and sell it for like 40 or 50. And gosh darn, that was a lot of money to me. I mean, I only made $30,000 a year back then,
Mm-hmm.
So if I did that once or twice a year, man, I doubled my salary, and it was just a fun hobby. And we're talking about taking like really old equipment too. I would take equipment from the 90s, refurbish it, and I'd sell it to a church or a school or a cable access channel. It wasn't top-end stuff, because a new truck would be several $100,000.
Yeah.
But then I eventually got into doing Sprinter vans because that's when the Sprinters first came out. I think the last one of those I did, it was like a $125,000 project. But I tell you that only so that you understand, I like watching these videos about people who live in their vans that build stealth vans.
Yeah, that's cool.
You ever seen this? So they'll take like a van and make it look like a plumber van, but inside it's an RV, and they try to hide all the solar panels and the connections. I find it fascinating because I used to build custom vans, and that's what got me into, the fact that I knew how to like build. I used to build my own triple monitors. See, back in the day, they didn't have LCD screens like they have now, and so I manufactured my own rack of LCD monitors in a 19-inch rack for these vans. And what I used to do is I used to go to Radio Shack and buy their portable TVs. And I would disassemble it, and I would take a piece of metal and I'd router it out. This is boring, and I'd mount it in there. I used to manufacture my own LCD screens. This was cutting edge shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, I went.
futuristic, man.
I mean, back in 1999, I went to the National Association of
Mm-hmm.
Broadcasters meeting in Las Vegas, and I was showing people this, and it was blowing their minds. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they were like, they'd never seen anything like it back then, and I was just
Wow.
this guy in Fort Worth, you know. And so, anyway, so I had a couple of engineering inventions. You know, I had actually gotten submitted for an engineering Emmy for building the first all-digital video truck that ran on the video toaster system, if you remember the video toaster. Only real old school video guys would know this, but it started off as an Amiga based thing, and then it went into NT. This is all too nerdy. Never mind. But anyway, the fact that I knew how to do electronics is when I first bought this DeLorean back in 2003. You know, I sold a van. I made some money. So the first van I sold, I made like $20,000 profit, and I took that money and I went and bought a brand new Harley Davidson. I still have that bike to this day. It was a 2002 Ultra Classic. Had the stereo in it, the tape deck and the speakers, and that thing was $19,700. I wrote the check for it, and it was crazy. And then the next van I built, I made another $20,000, and I bought a DeLorean in 2003. And everywhere you go in the DeLorean, people make Back to the Future jokes. They were like, "Oh, hey McFly, where's your flux capacitor?" So I went out into the garage and I built a flux capacitor out of some blinking lights in a box, and I put it in the back. And everybody loved it. So I kept adding parts to the car. I started making the plutonium gauges and little switch. And then crazy enough, what kind of got me in doing time machines was Roger Staubach, the Dallas Cowboy. I met him, and he's a real estate mogul now, or back then and probably now still. And he said, "I'm doing a thing called Staubach to the Future, and I would love to have your car on display. I'll pay you." And at the time, it didn't have like the vents and all the stuff on it. So over the weekend, I got out in the garage and I made like all the vents and stuff out of like cardboard and wood and spray painted it and hot glue. And I mean, it was bad, but I needed it for the weekend. And I showed up and it was a huge hit. And then right after that, he started referring me, and everybody wanted to rent the car. I started getting jobs for Walmart, GameStop, CVS, all these corporations wanted to rent the car for their corporate event. So I was like, man, I need to put this car together correctly. And they were willing to pay me thousands of dollars just to park that car there. And I'm doing events with Huey Lewis and Martina McBride and REO Speedwagon and stuff. Like Walmart would hire me to park that car there, and REO Speedwagon would sing a song, and then I would drive out. I'm like, this is crazy. This is a whole new world that I didn't know existed, where, you know, they're paying Huey Lewis $250,000 to sing 3 songs.
Yeah.
You know, corporate biz is where it's at, brother.
It is.
And so that's how I got into doing the DeLorean time machines. And then I wasn't planning on selling the car, but I ended up getting divorced. And when you get divorced, it's the law. You have to sell all your stuff. So it's just what happens. So I sold the car, but I got a ton of money for it. I sold the car for like $45,000. At the time, it was a ton of money because I'd only spent $15,000 on the car. And something clicked to me. I was like, dude, I could get way more for this car than I pay for it. You know, maybe I should start building time machines. But it took a full year for that to come around, to come circle, because I had opened up a restaurant in Deep Ellum in downtown Dallas, and I was doing really well. But the entire time I had the restaurant, people kept bugging me because of my YouTube videos, going, "Hey, I'd like to buy a time machine. How do I do that?"
Wow.
And I would ignore them. I'd be like, "Leave me alone. I'm cooking. I'm over here making $2 hamburgers." And so this guy finally contacts me. He says, "I will wire you $80,000 today if you commit to building me this car. I want it." And I'm holding a spatula and wearing a schmuck.
Just drop it.
I was just like, shh. I was like, so what I did was I put the restaurant up for sale on Craigslist. It's a turnkey restaurant for sale. This guy showed up, paid me cash for it. I gave him the keys, signed over the lease to him, and I split. Left the fryers on. It was like UHF. I was like, I'm out of here. Bye, Big Edna. Hold on just a second. Let me recognize this guy, Todd. Give me $5. He goes, Mac Toaster and Video Spigot. Yeah, Video Toaster was a revolutionary thing back in the day because it allowed you to do special effects like that are so commonplace now, but back then it was like a major thing. And so, but anyway, that's kind of. All right, yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll catch you later.
I gotta go.
I know it's late for you.
All right, my man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check your channel out, Car Wizard. I've
All
I've
right.
heard of you. I've never looked at you. I'm gonna go subscribe to it. So,
Nice to
Oh,
meet
yeah,
you,
man.
Kyle.
yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
I'll see you at the Illuminati meeting. I'll catch you later.
All right, I'll see you.
But anyway, that's kind of how I got into doing doing the custom cars and got to doing movie props. You know, I wasn't necessarily a movie prop guy, but it just I already knew how to do the same work. I was just doing other stuff. I was doing broadcasting things. I had a couple of inventions for the broadcasting industry, but the broadcasting industry started to change, and I recognized it because of this damn thing right here. See, you got a 4K studio in your hand. When digital cameras started to come out, I mean, not just phones. I'm talking about a camcorder, like we don't even bother using this anymore. This is too big. Like, this is old now. You know what I mean? Nobody uses that anymore.
So I got DJ Osmo Pocket that I use to
Yeah.
my stuff. It has that gimbal built into it, so it can.
I considered getting one of those, but I'd heard that the audio on it wasn't very good.
No, I have a lav mic with mine. So
Oh, okay.
This thing up here, right? So, but it works out good. I got it because it's small. Literally goes in your pocket. It can film in 4K, and it's it has a gimbal on, so it's all self-stabilized, and it wasn't expensive. It was like, I think for this whole setup I paid $500. This is a creator combo kit,
That's
so
cool.
I mean, yeah, and it's like
I
can just
had
take it on the fly.
I had the first version of that, the big sumbitch. It was huge.
Right.
Like, the one with the big orb on it. I had one of those.
Yeah.
I've just found that I just use my phone for everything.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you can't beat the quality on these new phones, man. The new iPhone, I mean, come on. It's ridiculous, dude.
It's this guy, I can't put your name up on the screen. You can, if you're gonna have a name like that, I can't put you on the screen. But he was like, "What is that? A vibrator?"
Yeah, I was gonna say something about him earlier. I was like, this guy's name is hilarious. He was talking about, we were talking about vans. He's like, was there free candy in the vans, man? I'm like,
Yeah, well, he's a troll.
is he? Okay.
This guy says, PC guy myself, I don't know jack about Mac. There's another fight that people get into,
Yeah.
PC and Mac. I used to be A+ certified PC technician. Here's some more stuff I used to do. I used to work for the company Gateway. Remember Gateway Computers with the cow? I worked for their upper level tech support back in '98. And I was a PC guy all the way. I was anti-Mac for a long time. But when they came out with that new, like, horizontal window bullshit, I mean, when the new Windows came out, because I stuck to NT and XP Pro till they just didn't support it anymore. And when I saw that new Windows, I was like, I was out. And I went and I've been Mac ever since. And I got to tell you, I don't know why anyone would complain about Macs other than their cost. They are expensive. But once you move to Mac, there's no such thing as the blue screen of death. Macs don't crash. They don't get viruses. I've had the iMac at my office on for like the last 3 years. I never turned it off. I mean, I reboot it once in a while, but I mean, it's like they just don't have problems. I don't know what to say. Like, you buy a printer, you turn on the printer, and it goes, bang, found a printer, and the printer works. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know why people hate on these things, They just, I don't know if you use a Mac or not, but like.
Yeah, in 2012, I got my first Mac. I got whatever the popular Mac was at the time, and I got it, and I did a little like music editing and stuff like that. That's why I bought it, and it was like everything was so seamless and smooth on it, and I started doing video editing on it, and it was like, I can't believe how nice this thing is to just work with,
I would rather be Amish than have to use a PC again. This guy Rob gave me $5. He wants to know, what's a non-running, non-driving barn find DeLorean worth? I have a chance to buy one up here. I don't want to bore the audience too much with this but I'll just say it like this, basically. You're going to spend at least $10,000 to get the car running again. So, and you could easily spend $5,000 to $10,000 on the interior replacing it if it needs it. And if it has body damage, you can't really fix those panels easily. You got to replace them. And if there's rust, just forget it. So you got to add all that up based on what a decent DeLorean sells for. Really good DeLoreans are selling for $30,000 to $40,000 that you can drive around in. They're in good shape. So if they want like $5,000 for it, that's great. If they want $10,000 for it, maybe. It depends on what the interior wants. If they want more than that, they're dreaming. Because you're going to have to replace the brakes, the fuel system, the tank, the lines. You're going to have every single component on it redone. Because if you let a DeLorean sit for 6 months without driving it, it goes to shit. So when you got a car that's been sitting around for 10, 20 years, every single component on it that's wet is going to be ruined. The hydraulics, the fuel system, the cooling system, everything. It's going to have to be completely rebuilt. Because a DeLorean is a fickle automobile that if you don't have it just perfect, it's like tuning a guitar. The guitar's either in tune or it isn't. The difference is if your DeLorean's not in tune, it just doesn't work. It's just one of those things, like it has to be perfect. It's either perfect or nothing with a DeLorean. And that's the thing about it. So if somebody's got a running DeLorean, it's a good car. But a non-running DeLorean, it doesn't take much to get a non-running DeLorean. I had this is why I did that video the other day about the cold start problem. This one little thermotime switch was unplugged and the car was just dead. So people ask that question all the time. And I tell my customers who buy these time machines, I go, you're buying a shit car. As long as you understand that, this is art. Don't buy this because you're going to drive it. It's a really cool picture in a crappy frame. You know what I mean? It's like, buy it for the art. You're not driving this to work. Just understand what you're getting into.
Rob Graff did say, he says now I could buy it for $1,000.
Oh, well, goddamn, if you can buy it for $1,000, the front left fender is worth $4,000. So yeah, buy that car. That the front left fender is the most valuable part on a DeLorean because there are none of those and they're in such demand because people always wreck the car on that side and there aren't any. So, they go for a couple of grand. So, let's see. This guy says, what's your thoughts on the new DeLorean company? There is no new DeLorean company. There's people who bought the old DeLorean company's leftovers, and they've been saying for 20, 30 years that they're going to build new DeLoreans. It's never going to happen. They refurbish old ones and sell them as refurbished. That's the end.
Do you know where those guys are located at, Bob?
They're in Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, they're they have a bunch of affiliates that are all over the place, but yeah, they're mostly in Houston.
Yeah, last time I was in Naples, Florida, last year, 2 years ago, I was driving around downtown and there was this. I looked in this window of this building and they must have had like 40 DeLoreans just sitting.
That's DeLorean of Orlando.
Oh, is that what
That's part of the same company, but they're like a franchise, yeah. And I just bought a car from them not long ago.
Okay.
That people said, where did Wizard go? Wizard had to go to bed. Wizard gets up at 5 in the morning to work on cars. Not like us, bunch of deadbeats who sleep till noon. So, well, I had a whole bunch of friends I was trying to get on, but everybody it's Friday night. I didn't plan this, and everybody was driving or doing something or whatever. I was trying to get some of the other car guys on, but everybody.
You're stuck with me, Bob.
I'm stuck with Daddy Delicious.
Yeah.
I was trying to get. I'll go ahead and name drop. I've become really good friends with Eric Singer, the drummer of Kiss. He's one of my neighbors, and we go to lunch and stuff all the time. And he had to go to L.A. because he's doing something tomorrow. And he said, well, I'm driving to L.A. right now. Otherwise, I'd come on. I can't do it while I'm driving, obviously. And he said, when I get to the house, I got to unload the car, and I got my cat with me. And the cat has a cat. And he said, maybe later I'll see if I can. So maybe if he can chime in. I was trying to get Rob Pitts on here. I was trying to get Rich Benoit on. He's the Rich Rebuilds. He does the Teslas. And a couple other people. But, that's all cool. Yeah, you're here. That's cool. So anybody that came in late, they didn't get to see it. Here it is. Let me pull it out for you. Excuse me while I whip this out. There it is.
That thing's so sweet, man.
It's laser etched, is how they do it. So,
How heavy is that?
it probably weighs a pound. I mean, it's made of aluminum. I don't think it's solid aluminum. I think that what they do is it's hollow. You can see inside that it's hollow. They put felt on the back of it, but it's pretty well made. It's made like an Apple product.
Oh yeah, very nice, very nice.
Yes, and it's got this mirror here. So I'm so thrilled to get this thing. Like I said earlier, not to brag, I got a lot of awards, and but this one is just really cool because to think that 100,000 people on Earth are willing to subscribe to me is pretty awesome. Makes you feel good. So yeah, but you'll get there. You'll get there one day. Now. We can go way off the beaten path, and we can start talking about Ghostbusters, but not Ghostbusters, but Ghostbuster fandom.
Oh man! See,
because
there's another hot topic among.
That's where we met.
Yeah.
And so all fandoms have weirdness in them. It's not just Ghostbusters. You find two people who are interested in a subject, they'll make a page about it, and sit and fight about something with each other. And Ghostbusters is just one of the ones that, but they're all the same. It doesn't matter if you're in the A-Team forum or the Knight Rider forum or the Ghostbuster forum or the Star Wars forum or the Yugo forum. I mean, it's all the same. People fight and argue. There is really no camaraderie. And what there is a lot of in these forums is a whole lot of me first and mine is better and mine is more accurate, or, in the car world, it's who has the most Concord car. I've got the original, whatever, and it's like, who cares,
right?
And so, I had quite a run-in with some of the Ghostbuster guys, but just because I handled it really the wrong way. I take the blame myself. I mean, it's true that these people are assholes, but I handled it wrong. And so I guess what I'm leading up to is, there's this particular Ghostbuster fan page that must have like a 50-page thread of just hating on me. I mean, I go on there and I read it and I go, what are these people talking about? They're just making stuff up. People that claim they met me and clearly never met me. Or here's the thing that really drives me crazy is that people that I met and I took a picture with them and signed an autograph for them. And then they go on and talk about that I was a dick.
Yeah.
They go, yeah, I met Video Bob at this show and he was a jerk. And I'm like, dude, I took a picture with you and signed your thing for you that you asked me because, what am I, some celebrity? But no, it happened, right? And I'm just like, when you start doing YouTube and television and all that kind of stuff, you get put into the same ranks as the same way I look at like Madonna. Like if I make a comment about Kim Kardashian, I don't think that she's ever going to read it, and I don't think I'm ever going to run into her face to face, and I don't think she's ever going to slap me in the face for talking about her ass. But it could happen, right? And that's what happens with me, right? So I'll go to one of these events, and that's what happened. We went to the Ghostbuster Fan Fest, and what was that in 2018 or 2019?
2019.
Was it 2019?
Yep.
I can think, man, 2020 just was a time warp,
I know, man, it's trippy.
And so, and to brag, I was an invited guest of Sony, right? So the event, gave me full passes, VIP.
Yeah, you got to hang out with all the celebrity Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, I mean, I had breakfast with Dan Aykroyd, Jason Reitman, Ivan Reitman, Ernie Hudson. Who am I forgetting? Everybody, right?
Joey Gladstone from Full House. What's his name?
Oh yeah. So I didn't watch Full House, but but the point is I was there as a guest. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, while I was there, I got Ernie Hudson a gig that made him a ton of money that helped him buy a Bentley. Because I do events with Ernie all the time. But the thing about it is, I was really worried about going to this event because of all the haters I had on this page. You know what I mean? And so I said, okay, I had this friend of mine with me, my friend Paul, and everybody was standing in line to get into the event. And it was like, what, 2 blocks long,
Yeah,
right?
the Globe Theater one. I remember. That was the first time I ever saw you in person was in that line.
Yeah. And I like this guy. He goes, I'm intrigued by Bob's past endeavors. And so I told my friend, I want you to take a camera. I want you to film me. I'm going to walk. I'm going to just wear my regular Video Bob outfit, the red suspenders. I'm not going to dress like a Ghostbuster. I'm going to just walk down the line, and I want you to kind of be behind me and just kind of stealthily record. And I want to see if anybody like throws tomatoes at me or what, And what happened? I walked through there like I was the mayor.
Dude,
everybody wanted to. Yeah, they were shaking my hand, patting me on the back, cheering me, saying, hi, can I take a picture? I was like a celebrity. And I did not get one single negative thing. Not one single person came up to me and was like, F you, Bob. And I was like, what happened to all these guys that talks all this shit on the page? Like, where'd all those guys go? Are they not here? Maybe they just kept quiet because I'm 6'2" and 250 pounds.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Because you're a big guy, too.
Yeah, I am. I was watching you very closely when you showed up to that because I didn't know you personally. And I kind of knew in the Ghostbusters fandom how people have the story all twisted wrong and think you're the bad guy. And so I was watching to see what would happen, and I was like, wow, look at everybody like wants to talk to Video Bob. Everyone wants to shake his hand. Everyone wants, oh, look, it's Video Bob. Look, I got to get a picture with him. Everybody was like that, so it's very interesting.
This guy says the internet trolls never actually leave the house. They don't go out of their mom's basement. That's true.
That is true.
And so, but it was a really enjoyable time, and I met so many people, made friends like with you. That's how I made a friend with you. Mm-hmm. And it was a great time. So, it taught me a heck of a lesson that, not to always take it personally or care about what internet trolls say, because these are the same people who meet you in person. And, I'm sure, like, I'm about to bring on my friend McVeigh here, and he's a big fan of the KISS community. And, people will sit there and talk shit about Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, and then they will chase them down a hallway. Oh, can I get a picture? Can you sign this? And then as soon as they turn the corner, man, that guy's an asshole. I was like, you were just running behind him trying to kiss his ass. And as soon as they get back in their limo, oh, hey, that guy's a dick. I want to go over there and punch those guys in the face. I was like, what is wrong? And I realized that once you become kind of a YouTube celebrity, the same thing happens to you. All right, hey, let me bring in my buddy Oy Vey over here, or McVeigh, whatever. McNugget McVeigh.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? I just thought I'd bring you in here. You're a guy with some awards. Check this out. Bang. Yeah. Come on now.
Look at that.
That's congratulations. I wanted to tell you that, man. That's very, very admirable. Ooh, lick it up. Lick it up.
Lick it up. I'm building, you're going to love this, my new house. I'm building a KISS room. I have an Elvis room and a KISS room. The KISS is going to be a spare room. We painted it all flat black and purple carpet. We're going to paint the ceiling red, and then I'm going to put a big KISS Army thing on the door. And I'm going to put up a whole bunch of my, RIAA plaques like you have there. Some other, yeah. I got the elusive busts, the ones with their heads. I got the set of 4 elusive head busts. I'm going to put those up on the top of the wall above the door. And cool. Eric is going to hook me up with a drum of some sort, he said, to go with. Because I've got a Paul Stanley smash guitar. I've also got a crack mirror guitar. I've got a Gene axe bass. And I do have a Peter Criss signed drum head. But, I'm one of the guys that appreciate both Eric and Tommy's role in the band. They've been in KISS for over 20 years, like for as longer than everybody. And not and everybody else too. Bruce, the other Eric, everybody. Even Vinnie Vincent, goddammit. Everybody deserves their place on the wall, in my opinion. We'll put a little onk. We'll put an onk with some lipstick on it.
Yeah, they've all helped, keep our favorite band rolling. So I mean you gotta love that. So there it is.
So I'm going to build a cool
Kyle?
Kiss room, and then I'm also going to put together an Elvis room. And the Elvis room is going to be, it'll have Elvis stuff in it, but it's going to be in the style of Elvis. If you ever go to Graceland and you see the way his bedrooms were laid out, and I don't want to give away too much, but Eric, I went over to his house, and he has, an Elvis room that pretty much looks like Elvis's mother's room, Gladys's room. And
he showed me pictures of it. It really looks good.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing place. He likes to stay private. He doesn't want to be public with that kind of stuff. Like, I know Jordan the Lions wanted to do a video on his house before, and he's like, I don't want to share that. And what was interesting going over to his house? There's not one single Kiss thing in that dude's house. Nothing. If you broke into his house, you would not know that it belongs to him.
Well, we were talking about awards one night, and he told me, he's like, I don't hang those up. I'm like, what?
He's got nothing.
He asked me what my fascination was with the awards, because obviously I didn't have nothing to do with playing on the records or anything, but I just love them, and I've always collected them, and I've got like 28 of them now. But he's like, yeah, I just don't hang them up. I'm like, that's crazy, man. You are part of that.
He's such a humble guy. He is so humble and self-effacing, and I strive to be that way. I tell you,
He's a good dude.
Because I'm the opposite. I'm a media whore and I'm a name dropper. I talked to him for about a half an hour while he was driving to LA a little bit ago, and just like, but I get it now because, when I've talked to other celebrities or YouTubers in particular, YouTubers are a different kind of celebrity because, when you watch an actor or something, you only see them every once in a while. You see them a couple of times a year. You watch a movie or whatever. But with YouTube vloggers, you're like in their life. And it's like you know them. Like you have a relationship with them. But they don't know you. So it's this one-way thing. Like if I were to ever meet, for instance, I talked about that guy, Bald and Bankrupt Benjamin. Like if I were to meet him, I would feel like I know him because I've watched every single aspect of his life, for a while. And so when you have these type of life bloggers, it's the same kind of thing. And so I run into people all the time who are fans, and they know everything about me. They know what kind of refrigerator I bought. They know, the color of my carpet. They know, they'll ask me, hey, how's your cat? Or whatever the situation is. And it's as though you're talking to somebody that intimately, but you don't know them at all. But they know you. It's a weird dynamic,
Well, it's like that time you stayed at that hotel and the guy totally knew who you were and catered to you the whole nine. I forget where you were. I was in Las Cruces, New Mexico. That's one of the few times it works in your advantage. That's the part of fame that's cool. The story was I was driving that Rolls Royce back from Sacramento to Dallas back in May during this pandemic, and so New Mexico had. They had a rule where it was 20% capacity in the hotels or something stupid. So, I didn't book a room. I was stopping at all the hotels and they all said, sorry, we're booked because we're only allowed 25% capacity. So finally I hit this one old Holiday Inn. I was desperate. I was going to have to sleep in the car. It was 2 a.m, I think. Guy came to the window and he goes, oh my God, I know you. You're Video Bob. I watch all your channels. I watch your videos. And I said, he goes, what are you doing here? I go, I'm trying to get a room. And he goes, man, we're sold out. He goes, but you know what? I'm a fan. I'm going to let you in. And he gave me the honeymoon suite with a hot tub. And it was just one of those things where rarely do you get to experience that as a Z-level celebrity. But imagine how cool it is to be an actual celebrity, if you were Tom Hanks and you were driving and you were traveling, people would get out of their house and go, I'll sleep in the backyard. You can have my house. So you can imagine what it's like to be an actual celebrity. But you have people like Eric. He has the best gig because everybody in the world knows who he is and nobody knows who he is. If he was just walking around the store, you wouldn't, unless you really knew who he was, you were an uber fan. He's just a dude walking around because he wears a wig and makeup and a costume when he's performing. I don't think that's a secret. You see him on stage with black hair, and then he's got blonde hair. I don't think I'm giving anything away. But the point is you see him at Trader Joe's, he looks like some old rock and roll guy, maybe, just. And he always has facial hair.
Yeah, he grows his facial hair right in, and he looks like a titty bar DJ or something. And then right before he goes on stage, he shaves his face. It grows back fast.
It does.
He's got a full beard like we have right now, and he just did that show. He did that show. Well, I guess it was 3 months ago, but he did a show in Dubai, and he was all clean shaven for that. Mm-hmm. And but I go, that's a great gig because you've got the best of both worlds, because you can walk around in almost anonymity, but if you want to, you can name drop yourself. You know what I mean, and get what you want. But he doesn't. He doesn't. So, what are you filling up over there?
Very, very humble guy.
Me? I'm taking the lid off my cup.
Yeah, but what are you putting in there? You got some
nothing. I got some water at the bottom. It's hard to get the water with the lid on because there's a little lip on it.
I was hoping you were putting a little vodka in there or something.
No. I could, but
it's for later.
So I haven't been keeping up with you, McVeigh. I haven't been. I didn't know anything about the other thing you mentioned earlier in the messages. So I did send a link to some other people. They haven't come on yet. But
yeah, I'm working on some new music, and I'm gonna send you. I can't say it who is involved with it yet, but you'll like it. I'll send it to you, but it's gonna be really cool.
All right. Yeah. Well, send me a thing. Speaking of Kiss, where did they go?
I got some new stuff.
This guy, you met him when we was at the last show. This was probably at either the Houston or San Antonio show, but my buddy Ed Sandoval here, he made this. He made this book and sent it to me.
And got some great photos in it.
Let me go solo for just a second so I can show you these. He sent me this book, and let me move this over. And so I'm going to take it to Vegas with me and put it in the Kiss room. I don't think he's selling them. I think he just made it just for the heck of it. But, great pictures. He does amazing stuff. So it's just a cool little... I remember when this picture happened because I was standing there when he took that picture.
What a great shot, dude.
Yeah, because he spit that pic at me. That's how I know. But anyway, and there's Eric pretending to play the piano. Shh. I'll tell you the funniest Eric story I have is that he called me. I was doing something, and let me pull this thing out. I was like, Eric, I hear you calling, but I can't come to the phone right now because me and my old lady are shopping, and I'm as fat as a cow. Just a few more calories, and I'll be too fat to move. I think I hear her calling. Eric, what can I do? He was like, yeah. He's like, you think you're funny, don't you, Video Bob? Oh, he's a ball buster. That guy's a ball buster. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Let's see. What does this guy say? He says, oh, no, I'm fairly new to this channel. The Delorean is what brought me to the channel. Then realizing I'm not the last American freak made me stay. Well, thank you, Brenda.
That's cool.
I can't see that picture close up, but Brenda looks hot.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
The picture's like that big, though.
Yeah, well, that could have been Vinnie Vincent but I can't tell from the picture.
Or Joyce DeWitt, one of the two.
I got to tell you, I was always
Joyce.
I was a Joyce DeWitt guy. Like between her and the other Chrissies, but really we all know that Mrs. Roper was the wildcat. She was ready to rip that robe off and go crazy. Now, all you young kids watching don't know what I'm talking about, have no idea what you missed out on. But Janet, I think she had the best rack. She was thin. She was a firecracker. She acted like she was on meth. And, the other blonde chicks that they went through, Suzanne Summers and the other one, give them to Larry. I'm a Janet guy. I mean, same thing. I've always... You had Ginger and Marianne, I always went for the underdog chick. I was definitely into, give me.
That's what you got to watch out for.
Yeah, Velma. I mean, she takes off that orange sweater. That's rocking under there. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
If you were a cartoon, who would you have gone for?
Oh, absolutely. I'm an orange sweater all the way. that turtleneck, come on. You know what's going on.
Turn your head, Scooby. Turn your head.
Actually, You know, actually, when Bugs Bunny dressed up like a chick, it was pretty hot. So
You liked that, didn't you?
I did.
I thought I was the only one, so I'm glad you said that. But
A little thing that me and my wife do that we think is funny is, do you remember the cartoon? I can't remember. I don't think it was. Maybe it was Looney Tunes. Of the two porcupines kissing, and every time they kiss, they'd go. Ow, 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 ow. Do you remember that one?
No.
It was this one episode. It goes. Love
Did that
is
actually
in the,
happen?
It goes, love is in the air, and even the porcupines are in love. And these two porcupines would kiss each other, and they go, and then they'd both go, ow, 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 ow. I'm old now.
No, you're not, man. You're seasoned. We're seasoned.
We're seasoned, yeah. I kind of miss Saturday morning cartoons. They were the best.
Oh, dude. But you remember cartoons used to mean something, and they were cool. Back in the day, cartoons were cool.
Yeah, cartoons now suck, yeah. They're just people that are into anime, I go, that's not cartoons. That's you're watching some sort of animated child porn is what you're watching. It's not, it's a big difference between Wile E. Coyote. You know what I mean? Like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner didn't have big titties, and it was like, it was like they were blowing each other up.
You remember Jabberjaw? Remember that one?
I don't remember Jabberjaw.
It was the shark. Remember he drove around on the back of that van?
I don't remember Jabberjaw, but I remember Captain Caveman.
Oh yeah.
So we're showing our age over here. Well, gosh darn it, I've been on here for an hour and a half. I
wanted to congratulate you. You're doing great, dude. Hope down the road we'll see each other at another Kiss show. Who knows? But
hey, Texas opens up next week.
What do you think about that?
They're not going to start touring until October. And even Eric said he's not 100% sure if it's gonna. You never believe it until it's like happening.
They have to, promoters and all that shit. You know how the business works. They have to secure the dates and all that crap, and whether it happens or not is another thing. But
Now, Mike, you're in a band then, huh?
Yes and no. I was. Well, I fronted a band called Tame Fury for years, and we made 2 records and played the circuit, opened for about 200 national acts and so forth. But we've since split up, and I recently started working on some new music with some named people. But
awesome.
So the thing about it for me, to be honest with you, man, I'm more. I would rather right now make music and put something good out instead of just being out playing for the sake of playing. I know that probably sounds crazy to a lot of people, but
it's kind of like what Paul Stanley's doing now with Soul Station. It's like you just need something to do.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, and it doesn't suck.
It's great stuff, man. I bought the vinyl. I pre-ordered the colored vinyl.
The thing about it is people need to understand what the roots of this music comes from. I'm like, I always tell these. I meet these guys all the time that know me from the world of Pantera, and they have a razor blade, and they're like, "Yeah, Dimebag, man." And I go, "No, that's not what the razor blade is. Judas Priest. Dimebag was a Judas Priest fan, and that's why he wore a razor blade."
Right.
I mean, you don't get it, right? And so, back in the dawn, in 1973, when Kiss was, starting out. Elvis Presley was still alive and selling out Las Vegas more than any other in the Garden, You got to think like he sold out more shows consecutively than any artist in the history of music. And so you got to think that when they were kids, when the Beatles were watching Elvis on TV, Elvis Presley, Little Richard, Ike Turner, R&B music, soul music, and what became rock and roll is what created rock and roll. And so imagine being a young Wicked Lester watching Elvis Presley, Little Richard, seeing those costumes and those dance moves and all that you wouldn't have Kiss if you didn't have those things.
Right.
And you without Elvis and without Kiss and Judas Priest, you don't have Pantera, and the list goes on.
Yeah, it's just an evolving thing, man.
So when I meet a young metal kid and he goes, well, what are your influences? He said, my influence is Pantera. I said, well, what your influence is Van Halen, Kiss, and Judas Priest. Because that's what makes Pantera, right? Mm-hmm. And their dad raised them listening to Elvis gospel records. So you grow up listening to Elvis gospel records, and then you make and then you turn into a teenager and you hear Van Halen, Judas Priest, and Kiss, and then you become Pantera. Mm-hmm. Yeah. People don't understand how that works. You don't get cake, out of, the box. The box has stuff in it that's milk and eggs and flour. They got to understand how things work. And so I think, for the fans that don't understand what Paul Stanley's doing with his soul records, he's just reaching back to what influenced him to become the singer he was when he was a kid, and that's what he heard on the radio.
Yeah, and he's always talked about those artists.
It's and so is Gene.
Started. Yeah.
Same thing with Gene, So you listen to Rob Halford's audiobook I did recently, which has way too much gay stuff in it. But because he talks about like he would do a concert, and then he would catch a cab over to like a truck stop and go to glory holes and stuff. Yeah, Jawbreaker. What's that about? Like it's. So
think about the titles now.
I mean, yeah, he's like, come on, mates, you never figured it out, like Jawbreaker. Turbo Lover, like, Ram It Down, like, did you ever listen to the lyrics,
Pain
but,
and
yeah. And he's sitting there as a kid watching Elvis Presley on TV, and same thing with, even the Beatles, even the Led Zeppelin. I've heard Led Zeppelin tell stories about meeting Elvis when they were, a small band, and the story about that was, I guess they went to go meet Elvis, and they went onto his plane. And Elvis says, I heard you had your own airplane. And they go, yeah. And he goes, do you own it? And they go, no, we're just leasing it. And he goes, well, I own this motherfucker.
And there you have it.
Yeah, I have two of them, I mean, it was like he had a little one and a big one. He had the Lisa Marie and he had the other one. But I mean, I don't know. I try to explain the whole Elvis thing to other people that just don't get the Elvis thing. And I get it. You don't even have to be necessarily into his music. You just have to understand what his contribution was. It's the same thing. Like, I'm not really a Jimi Hendrix fan, but I understand his impact on guitar.
Sure.
Like I can imagine, imagine all you've seen in your life is like Bob Dylan and or whatever. And then you see this dude doing some shit to a guitar. So imagine, showing up to the Whiskey A Go-Go or something back in the early 80s and seeing Eddie Van Halen. I've heard other guitar players talk about seeing him for the first time and go, you can't do that. That's cheating. Like, what are you doing? Because he's like playing on the fretboard. He's like, like, you're not allowed to do that. Wait, what are you doing?
He was like there's no, if it sounds good, it's good. It's no rules.
They were like, they were like, wait a minute. Like, nobody had ever seen that before. He made that guitar. Like, he did. They didn't make a guitar that did what he wanted. So he literally went in the garage and made his own guitar. Used a 1971 quarter as a washer on to hold the thing. Man. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. The dude was off the chain, right? And so and I think that's where a lot of people, when they talk about Alice Cooper and they talk about Kiss and their contributions. And so I also understand that's one of the reasons why I'm not one of those guys to go, oh, I only care about the original lineup, because I understand that what Kiss's show is a show. It's a musical theater, and, Eric plays the character of the cat and Tommy plays the character of the spaceman, and eventually you got to think Gene and Paul are in their 70s. They're going to have to replace themselves, and Kiss will continue. I think it will, like Menudo.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for years. I mean, it's I see the marketing aspect of it. I mean, it's like anything else. You don't hate a football team because one season they've got so and so, and then the next season they haven't. So I get it, but I'm just happy, man. The band's still together, and it even goes on back when Vinny and Eric Carr came into the picture. I mean, they still carried the band on. You know, we wouldn't have all the years of Kiss without all those guys. You know.
Wow, check this guy out with Christian. $20. He didn't make
Cool.
He didn't really say anything though. If maybe he didn't know to put something in the box, but thank you very much.
His picture up there.
Yeah, we got a. I don't know whose pic if that's actually his picture, but thank you for the $20. That's like one sushi roll in Vegas.
I meant to ask you something. When because you hung with the guys from Pantera for a long time. Do you remember a place in Houston called Backstage on Bissonnet? It was a venue.
I never went to go see him in Houston. I only, back in those days, I only saw him here in Dallas and Fort Worth.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked is one night after a Skid Row, was it Skid? Yeah, it was Skid Row. The guys in King's X and Vinny and Daryl. It was Vinny and Daryl and Rex showed up, and then Snake and I think Scotty from Skid Row. Anyway, they all got up and they jammed some Kiss songs. It was really cool.
Dime loved King's X. I never understood because I never got into them that much, but he loved that band.
Oh yeah, him and Doug.
Really
I'm friends with Doug. Him and Doug were really good friends too.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't not like him. I just, I didn't see the correlation, but he loved him.
Yeah.
So it was pretty awesome. Yeah, Skid Row helped them out a lot, and really Judas Priest. There's this great story that Pantera was doing a Much Music thing or something in Canada, I think it was, and Rob Halford happened to be in town, and he saw them live on TV. And he saw Dime's razor blade and his Judas Priest shirt or whatever, and he went down to the studio to meet them, and ended up taking them on tour, and that's really what gave them their big lucky break,
That's cool.
And so Rob's a great guy, and I've got to meet him. I got to perform with him. I got to play with him at the Whiskey A Go Go once, me and the whole band, and he's just a really sweet and genuine guy, and it is weird to think about like a 70-year-old guy going to a truck stop, and no, he hadn't done that in a long time. He's been with his dude or whatever for a long, long time. But this book is really raunchy, man. If you're as long as you're not like a homophobe guy, if you can handle that kind of stuff, check out Rob Halford's book, Confess, if you're interested in the band Judas Priest. But I can tell you there was a lot of gay stuff going on in this book.
Oh, only in the book?
Well, I'm sure it was going on at truck stops near you, but he was rather graphic. I was just like, because I'm picturing this old guy that I know as Rob Halford, and I just like
gave a whole new meaning to Screaming for Vengeance, huh?
I'm telling you, but I don't know. It's cool. What's this guy say? He says, I can't read it. Isn't Scott Travis the drummer for Judas Priest? Yeah, since Painkiller. In 89.
What a great drummer he is too, man. Wow.
He's great. He's great. I think he brought a whole new life to the band. And really, other than Painkiller, that's a record that that was just a whole new level of heavy.
When I first heard that album, I tried keeping up with the lyrics to the title track. I was like, my God. It's just
it's and believe it or not, that was my first introduction to Judas Priest. I'll tell you the story how I got that record. It was a Columbia House deal. I got my 10 CDs for a penny.
For a penny, and you didn't even pay the penny, did you? You cheap bastard.
Nah, well, you gotta.
It's like you gotta shipping. I gotta pay shipping.
You gotta put your penny on the card.
Yeah.
When you mail it in. Hold on, I gotta fix my camera. I'm seeing my. I gotta find my camera here because it's out of focus. Hold on.
Hey Bob, I'm gonna take off, man.
All right, man.
I'm getting tired of getting cross-eyed here, so I'll talk to you. Thanks for having me on the show. Much congratulations. I'm very excited for you for getting that award, man. That's an amazing feat, and I'm very happy for you. Very excited. So, good job, man.
Cool, man. Did I freeze up? I froze up.
Yeah, you froze up.
He's like this.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm froze. I hope it unfreezes. I think it's
somebody screenshot that. That's going to be a great meme.
Right.
I don't think I can fix it. All right, man.
Later, man. Later, everybody. Peace.
All right.
Hey, bud.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I go solo.
Meanwhile, while Bob's frozen.
Yeah, I'm. You know what it is? I tried to open this camera adjustment thing, and now I'm stuck. See, I'm moving on this thing. Let me see. You know what I might have to do? Hold on.
I'm gonna mess with the people.
I'm gonna have to go in and turn my camera off for a second. and maybe that'll refresh it. If I go to my FaceTime camera, wait, which camera did I just turn on? Let's see. Let's see if I come back to my. There we go.
There he is.
Now I'm back. I figured if I refreshed it, it would work. I thought that would work. What do we got? We got 115 people on here. You know,
cool.
I got my wife upstairs waiting for me. She bought me dinner.
Oh,
she said, you know, she's probably up there waiting for a little action, and I'm over here talking. You know, well, you know, I'm Scottish. That's all you're gonna get. It's not that many of them. There's a reason.
Come on.
So, yeah, I wear a size 13 and a half shoe. So
everything's big in Texas.
Just the egos.
That's right.
Especially
that's right.
Well, listen, there are no fatter people on the planet than in San Antonio and Houston.
Hey.
You know it's true. I mean, like the average person is probably 250 to 300 pounds minimum down there. Come on,
minimum.
Yeah.
Well, because they supersize everything. You got to have it. I mean,
people that aren't from Texas don't understand that.
Dude.
Any place you go, somebody puts down a punch bowl of chips in front of you that's just unlimited with a cereal bowl of salsa. And like the entire time you're eating, you're also eating chips. And then when you're done eating, the biggest meal full of cheese, sour cream, masa, beef, chicken, and whatever, rice and beans, then you still sit there and eat chips afterwards while you're waiting on the bill.
I know. Why is that? You're like, oh,
I mean, I do it too.
No more for me. And then you're like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, do you want dessert?
I did that yesterday. I'm like,
no, I couldn't. And then we, you know, and goddamn it, they come to take the chips. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Put this down.
Can I get some more, please?
Well, this dude's back. Check him out. He goes, oh, that's me. He says, I went to the great area. What's say? If you want great area rugs of Kiss and Elvis for your rooms, shoot me a message and I'll float you the website. Oh, cool. Just post the website right here if you want to. That's cool. I don't mind you promote it. I need a Kiss and Elvis. You know what I need is I need Elvis with Gene makeup. That would be perfect.
That would be cool.
What would you say? Would you say Elvis would wear Paul's, Gene's, Ace, or Peter's makeup? Which one do you think he would be?
I think Elvis would have been a Paul guy.
A star child?
Yeah. I'll
tell you the funniest thing. I was sitting around with
I have
Eric.
a Kiss bootleg, by the way, somewhere with an interest in Elvis. I'll have to send you a picture of it. It's pretty.
Oh, is it?
Different.
I really liked. Speaking of Elvis, I really liked. Somebody telling you it's time to get the hell out of here, or is that you? Well, I just saw I saw a reflection in the glass. Was that you?
Oh,
or
you
was
see
that
the reflection?
Yeah, they're coming in to tell you that your bag of chips is ready. What was I saying? I forgot. I couldn't hear. I was like, what? I completely forgot what I was saying. I have no idea what I was just saying.
I did too. What the hell are we talking about? We're talking about Elvis and Kiss.
We're talking about Elvis and Kiss, and I was going into something else, and I completely forgot what I was about to say. What does this guy say? Well, I'll kill some time. It was something about a rug.
What?
Tower Power, 50 Years of Funk and Soul on my PBS channel.
Oh, yeah. That's a great group.
That's cool. What does
great drummer.
Bob, you want to copy the $1 million pose you just did? No. Oh, yeah, it's $1 million. I have no idea what I was about to say. I forgot completely what it was. It was Elvis.
You'll remember it
we're talking about Elvis and Kiss. Oh, Star Child. I know what I was going to say is that I'm not going to say it now because I know what I'll tell you what I was going to say later.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess it's not that big a deal because I don't think either one of them are going to be watching it. But, I was talking about, I said, I don't think Paul likes me.
Why?
And the person I was talking to, he said, well, because you're a Gene guy. And I go, how does he know you're a Gene guy? And he goes,
he knows.
Gene guys just have a look, and you're a Gene guy. And I'm like, well, what does a Paul guy look like? And I go, not you. Like, it's like you're kind of, Why? Because I'm like masculine and stuff. He goes, yeah, exactly. I was like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah?
I was like,
well, all right.
is there really this much pettiness? He goes, oh yes, there's this much pettiness. But I don't know why there would be this competition. I go, no, but I kind of get where he's coming from, because I've tried to explain this to people. They go, what is the fascination with Kiss, and why does it start with kids? So I remember being a little kid in the late 70s and going to like Kmart, and they had the plastic Kiss costumes. It was like just a plastic mask with a rubber band on it, and then the like trash
right
bag.
there.
Do you have these?
Look at them. Can you see them?
I can't really see it too well, but holy shit, I believe
Hang
you.
on. There they are in the boxes.
Yes. So like, when did that come out? Like 78, 79 or something?
78. Yeah, it was 78.
So I would have been like 4 or 5 years old. All right. So I clearly remember seeing those for sale and went right to the Demon, because
Of course.
the Demon was the first bad guy that was cool. See, Dracula wanted to suck your blood, and the mummy wanted to kill you, and the classic monsters, they were bad guys. They were boogeymen.
Yeah.
But the Demon wanted to rock and roll all night and party every day. He wanted to be your friend. He wanted to be like,
and he wanted your girl.
He was cool, like you wanted to be the Demon,
Yeah.
It was the first time that like evil was like cool, because otherwise you were always taught that evil was bad, but this evil was cool. You want to be the Demon. You want to hang out with the Demon. The Demon is cool. He spits blood and fire, and he's the god of thunder. And so like, and even in that song, you hear children in the song, which is sort of suggestive. But the thing about it is, I just clearly remember connecting to it, and that's what kind of introduced me into Halloween culture, that whole thing, And
there's a YouTube clip of the audio of the kids in God of Thunder, and I wish I could find it again, because I found it one night, and it also, as it's playing, it's only the track with the kids, and it shows on the screen what they're actually saying, because it was
what are they saying?
Kids. They were like yelling at each other, but for whatever reason they thought it was cool to leave it in the song. Obviously, it's
Look
different.
At this coming in with $10, $9.99.
Hey.
Daddy Delicious. Hey,
Daddy
Double
Delicious.
D's. Come on now, throwing me the monies. Man, I probably
That's
made
cool,
$200 on this chat.
Daddy Delicious.
I've watched some of these YouTubers and watched some of the money they make, and I watched these guys make like $1,000 doing it. Like, what?
Wow,
it's crazy. Well, I am roasted, toasted. It is 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock, brother. But
on our time.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man, and congrats
Hell
again.
yeah.
And, yeah, we need to catch up soon. Really, I love it. That's badass, dude.
Maybe you'll get
Really.
yourself one. It's so shiny, I can't. There it is.
It is cool. It's almost like you're double platinum.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that. It's like they should start off with gold and then go to platinum, but they do it the opposite way. You start off with a silver one, and then when you get $1 million, you get a gold one.
That is weird.
So it's a little bit different. What do we got here? Another $5. Just type in Kiss Rugs in the search at Wish. I've never bought anything at Wish, because everybody says everything you get at Wish, it turns out to be not the shit you ordered. That's why it's called Wish. You wish you got it.
I wish I would have got the right shit. I wish somebody sent me a damn rug.
Yeah, I've never ordered anything off of Wish, but I'll check it out. Well, because the thing is like you go to order something and then you get like the little miniature version of it or something. It's like, Yeah.
I said rug, not a pillowcase.
It's like the best story I've got for that is back before there was internet, back when you had chat lines, I used to meet chicks on chat lines all the time. That's how you met people. That's what we did. You got on a party line back in the 90s. So there was this, this black chick wanted to hook up, and she told me she looked like Halle Berry. Well, I went to go meet her, and this bitch looked like Emmett Smith.
Damn.
I wish she looked like Halle Berry.
She had a football and everything. She's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, she tackled me.
She did she? I think she likes you.
And we're married now, so it's great. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. I got a little tiny white goth girl. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go split her open. Let me delete that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah.
I'm broasted. Okay, I'll catch you guys later. And thanks for the 100,000 viewers and subscribers. That was really cool. Can't wait to do this again when we get to 1 million. I've put out a whole bunch of cool videos, and there's going to be a video premiering almost every day this week because I shot so much stuff over the last few days. And I had this huge issue. I don't want to get into another conversation, but had this huge issue with this dude that stole my credit card last week, and I've been dealing with it. And we're about. I mean, dude, this has been a saga because I don't just like write stuff off. I found out where the cat lives. I found out where the stuff is delivered. Found out who it is. I found out a lot. I mean, I found out a lot. So there's going to be some info coming on that. I had released a video on it, but I decided we took the video down right now while there's some stuff going on because this guy's committed wire fraud and felony theft. It's a pretty big deal. There's a lot going on here. I had to get a new American Express card. And, they're going to cover me and stuff, but the thing about it is don't be ripping off Video Bob because I will stop at nothing, right, to get it resolved. I'm that guy.
Did the plumber guy ever make good on his thing?
Kind of, sort of. I need to call my mom and find out. And this is the power of media. This is the power of what it is, and this is cancel culture, which I'm not a fan of. But right. This guy ghosted me. He took the money. We hired this plumber, charges $1,000, was there for like an hour, and then he left. After he left, we realized the faucets are still not working. The water was still leaking. I called him. I go, you need to come back here and fix this. He goes, it's Friday. I don't work on the weekends. I'll be back Monday. I go, dude, that's not acceptable. This is an emergency service, right? When you are an emergency plumber that charges like $1,000 for your service, it's because it's an emergency. That's why we paid the money. Because a new work plumber who goes into a construction site and just puts in pipes, he doesn't make, $500 an hour, right? He makes, $30 an hour. So he just blows me off, and then he got tired of us bugging him, so he just blocked us and ghosted us completely. So finally, after a week or more of that, I blasted him on my Facebook page, and oh my God, he texted me 100 times in a row. Like, I'm talking about 100 times, like bing, 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 bing. So I said, look, don't bother me. You need to call my mom. You need to get your ass over there to her house and fix this faucet problem, this leak, because we had a gas leak. He had our gas turned off. We have to get a certified inspection to get the gas turned back on. So now my mom has no hot water and no heat. Right. Luckily it warmed up,
Right.
And there's two ways of looking at that. Like, we had a gas leak, but maybe he saved her life. That's his version of the story, and maybe that's true. But at the same time, we could have turned off the gas instead of the gas company turning it off because they red tagged the meter now. We could have fixed it ourselves, Anyway, The point is that he's supposed to be over there working on it. I need to call her and find out if he's resolved anything. But I said, okay, I'll, because I put up a post saying, hey, if you need a plumber, don't call this guy, right? And I explained to him, I go, look, when it comes to the trades, electrical, plumbing, all that kind of stuff, word of mouth is everything. How many times have you been on Facebook and said, and you saw a post that said, I really need an electrician. Can anybody recommend somebody?
Boom.
That shit is worth solid gold.
Yeah.
But if you get on the mud list, right, you become that guy that's like, whatever you do, don't call this guy. You're toast. You're done. Because every time somebody recommends you, there'll be a couple people to pop in and go, no, not that guy. He's a scumbag, right? Mm-hmm. And so he figured that out. I'm like, listen, I got 1 million viewers a month, right? I can either roast you or I can make you the greatest plumber of all time. And listen, I don't want to use that power loosely. I don't want to just throw that around. I'm like, my mom only lives on, $600 a month. You're going to take $1,000 from this woman? She's 76 years old. And you're ripping us off, right? And he goes, oh, no, I was going to come back. Oh, okay. You're helping us now, right? But you had
now that you
ghosted us. Yeah. And, that's really the litmus test of when you find out what kind of a person somebody is. Are you the kind of person that puts your cart back in the corral at the grocery store even when nobody's looking? Right? Do you litter when nobody's looking? I put my cart back in the corral. I'm one of those people like there should be a special place in hell just for people that
for carts.
Don't put their cart back. Anybody who leans their chair back on a plane should go to hell immediately. Like if you lean your chair back in a plane, you deserve to go to hell. Just saying. They're like, oh, well then why is the button there? F you, man. And if you don't tip a waitress, that kind of stuff, like you might as well be beating a puppy in front of me because, like I was at this Costco or whatever the other day. Not was it Costco? It was like a Sam's or Walmart. I think it was Sam's. And this big fat bitch, she stops in the middle of the road, brings her cart out, fills up her cart, and then just leaves the cart there. In the middle of the road. And I ran out and grabbed the cart and put it in front of her car. And then pulled up behind her so that she had to get out. And I go, now go put your cart back, bitch.
Bitch. She's like, hey, I know you.
Yeah. That motherfucker on YouTube. I'm just like, there's just nothing worse to me than those people. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I'm not necessarily a social justice warrior. I'm kind of a let people live and live. But there's certain things in society you don't fart in the elevator, don't litter, there's things that you don't do.
You know what irritates me, and it never fails. I'll be at the post office and I'll see somebody coming. And I have enough time to go do what I need to do, but I'll stop and hold the door open for them, and I'll be damned. Nothing, just right through me. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. Like, and there's certain things that make the world go round. And it's like the reason
said that.
Yeah, the reason they have to lock shit up at the Walmart is because of these people, and it's just like
right.
Well, I was complaining about you ever go to an Aldi? Do they have those down in Houston?
Yeah, we have one right over here actually. Yeah.
I hate Aldi. I can't stand because they make you put a quarter in to get a cart.
To get a cart, yeah.
And they do that so that you'll bring the cart back and get your quarter back because they know people aren't going to bring their carts back. And that's why I don't want to shop there because they know their customers are assholes and they're not going to bring the carts back. I don't even want to go to a store that already knows the people who shop there are assholes.
That's what I call a store assholes, not
That's
Aldi's.
what the A in Aldi stands for. Assholes, losers, dicks, and imbeciles.
I'm going to take your quarter. They're like the ultimate bully if you think about it. I'm taking your quarter.
Eric called me the other day. He goes, where are you? I said, I'm at Walmart. He goes, why would you go to Walmart? They're such a terrible store. And I said, I shouldn't say that because Kiss did a Walmart commercial. He wasn't in that commercial, was he? Was he in that commercial?
Yes.
But it's a different guy. So anyway, I go, look, I live in Oak Cliff, South Dallas. We're in a food desert here. I live in a black neighborhood, okay? You have to understand that all we have is Walmart. We have Walmart and Winco. And Winco, for the people that don't know.
You also have a Winco?
Winco is like bad.
Wow.
It's like, they don't even have shelves. You have to reach in the box and get shit. Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Open your shit.
Yeah, they just cut the box open and put it on the floor, and you have to dig in there and pull the Doritos out. I mean, it is fucking ghetto, And I was like, we don't have anything good over here. I said, this is one of the reasons I want to move to Vegas because, like, where we live in Henderson over there, like, I'm a mile away. I got Trader Joe's, I got Sprouts, I got Whole Foods, got Smith's, which is a Kroger's. I've got all these nice stores right next to me within 2 miles. If I want to go to a Whole Foods, I have to drive like 30 miles to go to the North Dallas over there. I got to go all the way up 35, past downtown, and up the tollway. And by the time I get back, all my natural shit's got mold on it. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing.
It was already outdated when you bought it.
Like if I want to go to a restaurant around here, I can go to a chicken place or I can go to a chicken place. And I know that's racist and stereotypical, but anybody who lives over here will tell you, you've got Williams Chicken. You got like 3 Williams Chickens right here on the same road. You got Church's Chicken, KFC Chicken, Chicken Express, Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A. It's all chicken. And it's like, I know that's a stereotype, but it's just chicken. And there's one Taco Bell, there's one Wendy's, there's one IHOP. There's not even a Whataburger over here. And that's it.
I was going to say, you're losing out. The only thing you're losing out, because Whataburger, I mean, come on, dude.
I think Whataburger sucks, personally.
What?
I think it's salty crap. Fat people like Whataburger.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Because it's salty shit. Look at the people who work at Whataburger. They come to the window. They're 500 pounds. They got that orange outfit on with grease all over it.
You want spicy ketchup or regular?
They barely speak English. They well, what you want? You want fried with that? What you want to bring? Like I'm like, can you operate your face? And this is that argument between Whataburger and In-N-Out. Like In-N-Out, it's not that In-N-Out food is so much better. It's that the experience is different. There's a big glass window where you can watch people in clean costumes making your food. Hello, welcome to In-N-Out. How may I help you today? Would you like a chocolate shake? Thank you. Here's your change. You go to Whataburger. I literally went to Whataburger and he goes, "What's up, dog? What you want?" I'm like, "What do I want, dog?" Like, what? I mean, are you speaking to me? Like, do you speak English? Do they speak what? Wait, in English? And I'm just like, you go to Whataburger and it's just the most ghetto experience,
Well, maybe your Whataburger, our Whataburger is nice.
Well, maybe you're, I need to come to the, where are you at? You're in Houston or San Antonio?
Houston.
You're in Houston. Yeah, I don't like Houston.
Well, out on the outer part of Houston, closer to like Clear Lake and all that.
Oh, okay. Well, but
it's
Houston is bad. I mean, you know this. This is no secret. Like,
no, it's no secret.
It's not Washington D.C. or Chicago bad, but it's there's a lot of Crown Victorias and there's a lot of gunshots. I mean, it's lock your doors. Yeah. So I think that's probably the last place I would want to go. The humidity, the smell of petroleum, the gunshots, and the Whataburger.
Give me a few seconds.
You got to go do something.
Yeah, my son just showed up. I'm gonna hang out with him.
Oh, okay. Well, go hang out with your kid, and I need to get out of here anyway.
All right, buddy. Hey, man, it was good talking to you, and to everybody out there. Bob's a great dude. I'm glad you guys
pissing off all the people in Houston who love Whataburger, though.
No, yeah. So yeah,
it's my preference. All right, I'll catch you in a little while.
All right, brother.
All right,
bye.
All right, here I am. I'm just pissing off all the. I guess I don't need these anymore. Pissing off all the Whataburger fans and the. I think Whataburger, they just oversalt everything. There's too much salt, too much seasoning. Onion rings are okay. This guy says, go to Popeyes in Louisiana. Sounds just like that. I think that's all the Popeyes. This guy says, Whataburger versus White Castle, the death match. I like White Castle's microwave burgers more than I like their fresh ones. Isn't that weird? I need to remember to take. I gotta take my nightly pills. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna crash. I think I'm gonna get cuddled up with the chick if she's still awake. Hopefully, she's probably Netflix and chilling. If she's not awake, I'm gonna wake her up. I was on here way too long. I didn't think I was gonna be on here this long. I gotta admit, I was kind of stalling. I was hoping some of my other friends were gonna come on. That were in other places. That would have been cool, but I like how I get a text message that says you're now live on your channel. What did I write 110 or did I write 100? I wrote 110. That was an accident. I didn't even realize that till now. I'm at 105. What am I doing? That was a typo. Let's pop some pills, this guy says. This is my diabetic stuff, so I have to take every day. This guy says, what the hell is Whataburger? So, it's what a burger. I don't know if that's supposed to be a question mark or an explanation. They're either saying, what a burger or what a burger. You know, it's called what a burger. I always thought it was Whataburger too before I saw the sign. It's what a burger. Whataburger. It's all one word. It's supposed to be going like, what a burger. And they're famous for making these really large hamburgers. They are large. They're big around as your head, but that doesn't make them good. And that's the thing about it. They're great at 3 a.m. You leave they're open 24 hours. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is, like, you leave the club or whatever, and your choice is you can go to Jack in the Box, which is 24 hours, and get like 2 tacos for $1, which aren't really tacos. Or you can hit the Whataburger, which is open 24 hours. Or if you're too drunk to drive, you go to, Waffle House. And then you do that. This person says, you're diabetic and you eat fast food? Not really. Not a lot. So, let's see. This guy says, Jack in the Box sucks. They said, Whataburger's gross. It's terrible unless you're drunk and desperate. I mean, it's not terrible. I just don't think it's people, what it is they've tapped into that geographical thing where, we're a Texas company. Well, they're owned by a Chicago company now. They're trying to make it territorial. It says, I'm in No Burger, Canada. No Burger. When I was up in, I think, Kitchener, everybody said, you got to go to this place called Wimpy's. Wimpy's Burger. It's the best burger. And I went up to Wimpy. I went to this place, and I was like, man, you guys are not, I remember my friend from Canada, he came down to Texas, and like we went into like a damned Outback Steakhouse. He thought it was the greatest steak he ever had. I go, dude, you Canadians are deprived of the red meats. You got Swiss chalet. But you're not getting the good stuff. All right, well, all right. I've said I'm going to leave now for the last it takes me 20, 30 minutes to leave. The problem is the chat, because people keep talking to me. Oh, now we're talking about Five Guys. Five Guys is good. I gotta say it's Five. Okay, listen. I'm the frig out of here. And thanks McVeigh, thanks Kyle, thanks Car Wizard. Real quick here, I know probably most of you aren't here, but I want to take a time to say thanks to James Delk for his $25 Patreon. And here's some other people that do Patreon. Dr. Brown, Blake Herring, Michael Ferreria. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. James, is it Ledesma? Okay, of course, Sean Weiland. He's always on there. Thomas J. Let's see here. I had some other people. It says here I have 71 due gifts from people that didn't pay. Tom Bernstein, Thomas J, James, Simon. Look, so you know what I think it is people. I don't know if they pay or they have a thing where it's due. I don't know how that works, but I need to go through all these and get all these written down, and I need to start doing sort of a thank you thing because I don't really know how to use. I don't really know how to use my Patreon that well. And I've got it set to, really, really low. It's really cheap. So, for those of you that are interested in Patreon, just go to Video Bob. Looking for some things that I can give away. I want to be able to start mailing people things, I feel, I got to find something I think is cool that people would be willing to give money for, that it's worth it. And the real trick is to have maybe content that you get that's different than the other people's content, or maybe get it early or something like that. That might be the trick. So This guy's go see your wife. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'll do that. Thanks again one last time for making this happen. Sorry about that. There we go. There's your thumb shot right there with the microphone in it. This really does mean a lot to me. It really, really does. It really does. This took me, 12 years? Something like that. So thanks again. What does it say? Nose hair sold. Oh, I'm going to sell my nose hair. Okay. There's a lot to that. I've been throwing it away all the time. Make video bobbleheads. Nobody wants one of those. Maybe I'll sell red suspenders. All right, guys. I think I've said enough. I'm roasted and toasted. I guess I'll catch you guys. I'll catch you later.